Well, we'll do a little bit of pre-screening. Cliff is getting ready with some DE testing for K5CRA, I believe it is. And then we have visitor, who I'm trying to remember the call sign and name, but we will get it here in just a second. And K5JT from Williamson County is with us. And trying to put together the show and tell table. And I've got the show is, there's old Bud, want to say something, Bud? Good morning, hello. Soldering station and a little microphone, a microscope rather. So that's the pregame, and I'll shut it off until we get started here. And we are about 10 minutes after 8. I thought I would just pan the room, just give you an idea. We're starting to get a little bit of a gathering here. And again, this is 10 minutes of 8. Anything you'd like to say to our folks at home?
Good morning, everybody, and it's the first time here, but I'm loving the heck out of it.
That's Sweet Cinnamon. I first came here. There goes Ron. Yeah, just kind of, this is to give you an idea of what it looks like. Here, oh man, good pick me. I like that in the camera. You're on candid camera. Well, anyhow, we'll get the meeting going here in just a little bit. To give you an idea of what it looks like. More to come.
Well more than the 21 needed for us to have quorum here. We'll get to that here in just a minute. So, more around the room, but we also want to count as well, so we can figure out if we have at least 21 here to make a quorum, we can do that. We'll get through that part pretty quickly. So, I started it off, and I'll go this way. K5UBC. Bud, WB4J.
Cliff, KG5UQ, clean. Willie, KJ5BWBW.
Ross, KHBZ, clean. Ross. With his mouthful of food. Good job. Ross's sauce.
Kilo 7, Taylor Whiskey Wheels.
Okay.
Rick, AI5JT, Cedar Park.
Cedar Park, thank you. Steve, K5CRA Cove. Georgetown, yeah. We have Belton over here, so go ahead, sir.
Danny, N5APD, Johnson City.
Johnson City. Oh, wow, that's good.
Chris, KI5ZTI, Parker Heights.
All right.
KJ5BUR, Mike, Copperas Cove.
All right, Mike.
W5, RGL, and Land Passes.
Land passes, okay.
KJ5ATG, Land Passes.
Welcome to Land passes.
W5, RCU, Route Control.
All right. Oh, well.
KNY, Byron, Blaine.
Hi, brother.
KD6UI, Bruce and Cove.
All right, I'm going to bring it around right up here to the front. I know Steve's going to have to turn real quick, but we'll go here with our vice president.
Kevin, K4IBE, Copperas Cove.
Bob,
KI5CLE, Eastern Land Passes.
Eastern Land passes.
Had to be different, right? Had to be different.
Is there railroad tracks?
You know, K5CRA Cove, I'm from Copperas. My daughter Rebecca, she's from Vernon.
Vernon, all right.
K5CRA Topsy.
Okay. We'll go across the table till you have it.
Okay, AA5 Gold Victor Rick Topsy.
Okay.
I'm Lisa Noel, this guy's wife, and I'm K5CRA AGW from Parker Heights.
Parker Heights. All right.
Greg, Karen, 5 Mike, please.
Okay. We're gonna go over here. You don't have a call sign yet, all right? Welcome from Gatesville, and we're gonna help you get to that point. That's right there.
Monty Van Horn, Gatesville, also.
All right. Welcome, Monty.
Richard, Lawrence.
Okay. E-bands. Okay. Wow. I'll be there later today. I gotta go pick something up. Not at Melissa's house. But I'll wave if I see you. Yeah, I'll wave if you want to go by.
All day, 5 p.m. Lawrence.
All right.
Short time. Mike, KJ6, KDJ from Gatesville.
There you go. We have a couple of Gatesville folks in here. All right. Getting married. Getting married soon. Marrying him.
Whiskey 5, Romeo, Oscar, November. The name is Ron from Vernon.
Ron Vernon.
K5 WGF, Calvin,
Horseshoe Bay.
KJ5 BCJ from Marble Falls.
Marble Falls.
Greg, Karen, 7
Vernon. Vernon.
KJ5 AYU, Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Walla Walla, Washington.
There you go. All right.
He gets the distance prize.
All right. Let's go to the cameraman next.
I don't know how this will work. Steve, NU5D, like a nickel under $5 out of Gatesville, and my wife of 41 years, Diana.
Kilo 7 Delta Zulu Romeo, Charlie from Copperas Cove.
Alpha India 5 Delta Alpha, Tim, Cove.
All right.
Mary, Kilo Golf 5, Tango Sierra Oscar. I'm the one that traveled the furthest, right? Because I live right up the street.
KJ5 QNI, Jim, Copperas Cove, I belong here.
Look this way, Jim, right
Did we
quick.
miss anybody?
Gotcha.
Oh. You're up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
AI5AM, John.
Okay, so we got it. So as you can see, we have a group from all over in here, and welcome all of you. And y'all can get your license or guarantee get your some info. Testing here, and there's a plethora of people around offering advice. So some of that advice is good, some of that advice is just what it is. And which radio is the best radio in the brand of radio? The brand that I have. That's the brand. Ask anybody. That's the best brand of radio. All right, so we got around the room. For those of you who have not attended our club meeting, we do a short business meeting. The majority of what we do here starts before the meeting. And that's chit-chatting. And we'll have some stuff that occurs during the meeting. Here, pardon?
Yeah.
The spoils of being a tall guy. I do have spatial references. I know where I'm at, I promise you. So anyhow, we conduct our business because we are a business organization. So we usually have some sort of presentation of some sort. And
Hey, Pam, would you back me up to the
big
back
part
of
of
the
it
camera?
is networking.
I appreciate it.
And we make sure that we take care of people who are interested in the hobby. We sustain those who are in the
My arm
hobby.
gets tired.
And we encourage those who need to come into the hobby, such as you, Vernon, or other folks. I spoke with a young man the other day on the radio, and he said that his dad encouraged him to get in amateur radio. He lives somewhere east of Gatesville, somewhere out that way. Talked to him just for a short period of time, can't remember his call sign. Said, "Bye."
Get the activity, and that stops and starts.
His dad's not a radio operator. And I told him he needed
As long as you
to
got the
get with all his friends and try to spark their interest to get in too, because be quite honest with you, this hobby, the median age is, well, it's really high. We need to get it lower, right? So anyhow, that's part of what we do is we talk about that and we figure out ways to try to get people involved and stay involved. Yes, ma'am.
We're very proud of our 2 sons. Actually, 3 sons that are hands now. But recently, with y'all's group, 2 of our sons just got their license.
Awesome. Right.
So we're really excited for it.
Appreciate you sharing that. That's good. We're doing something good. All right, so let's talk about the determination of a quorum. We'd like to recognize that we have enough members and we can conduct business if we need to. Rick, AA5GV, his hand up, went up first. Bud, WB4J, went up second. All in favor that we have a quorum, say aye. Aye. If you think we don't, say nay. All right, so it looks like we have a quorum. We can conduct business if need be. All right, so we get into the next part of our meeting agenda, and that is presentation or show and tell. That could be off the cuff. If you got something to tell somebody, show somebody, whatever. I'm going to start it off by tell, okay? And then I will get out of the way. Steve's got a couple of things to show. I read something just because I was curious and I needed to be reminded. And if you already know this, we'll all know it here as soon as I hush. The history of Labor Day. And this is off of the Department of Labor website, and it is observed on the first Monday in September. Labor Day is an annual celebration of the social and economic achievements of American workers. The holiday is rooted in the late 19th century when labor activists pushed for a federal holiday to recognize the many contributions workers have made to America's strength, prosperity, and well-being. So that is the history. There's more to it in this article. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but this is a day that celebrates us, recognizes us. It's been around since it's like 1894. It was the first adopted. Anybody have anything to contribute to that? All right, moving on. Show and tell. Steve, I know that you have something, so you've got the floor.
All right, just a second. I have several things. A lot of electronic stuff, okay? But I wanted to show you something that I'm also a member of the Heart of Texas Club over in Waco, and Miss Luana Needham, WB7SKK's wife, put together for the Hot Art Club a means of getting t-shirts for the club. It's a pass-through. She doesn't do this for a living. This is the Hot Art t-shirt. It costs 27 bucks. We, as the Cove Repeater Association, could possibly put our logo and something like this on the back and entertain getting some t-shirts. I don't know. Maybe not. I thought it would be kind of neat. You always use a t-shirt. So I brought this just to look at. Just something that our club may or may not be interested in. Again, it's not a thing to make money. We're not generating revenue to do something, but rather just to have an identity. The colors, that's all up to whatever this club decides to do. But in terms of cost, we're not going to have 15 different patterns. This would be all for one for all kind of thing. I thought I would show that. Lately, I've been having to work with some small stuff. You might remember a while back, I mentioned having to wanting to take these little sound cards and use them in place of the central link. These run about $3. They're a CM Media 108 sound card. To use them in place of the signal link, and what they do, one side of it hooks to a radio, the other side of it hooks to a computer. It makes a bridge between a radio and a computer. In order to use this, the speaker jacks have to be removed, and we solder a little wire to one of the pins. In order to solder, there went the little wire, that one's gone. Leave that one again. In order to do that, I was doing it with a magnifying glass and a big light. I found out that for about $100 bill, you can get a coin collector's microscope, and you might want to come in and take a look. And with that little $100 microscope, you can quite easily solder to the wire. Also, to facilitate taking the speaker mic jacks off, instead of trying to heat 6 leads at one time, hot air heats the whole thing at once, and you lift it all up at once. Being very careful not to heat everything, lift it, and spill it, and now we have an empty board at once. There's a little finesse to it, but the boards are cheap, education is cheap. Soldering station, about 150 bucks. Temperature controlled soldering station, hot air station, microscope, about 100 bucks, give or take. Another thing we do with this is called a ball grid array, or BGA. Part of what I do this with, we put together some All-Star Link nodes. They're used to tie repeaters together. We use a sound card to hook to a computer, to hook to the internet. That's really about all that's involved. The little computers I've been buying have a 7.8 gig drive. Wouldn't it be, and they're what's called an eMMC drive. This drive is actually a chip with 153, that's where the BGA 153, 153 balls on the bottom. To replace it, you take the old out using hot air, you clean it up really good, and then you put 153 little balls on the bottom of this empty array using a stencil, rub the paste over, hot air, now we've got a bunch of balls. So I thought I'd bring this to look at. I'll leave it on the table. If you'd like, I'll pass the stencil around and a frame holding one of these chips, and you can just get an idea of what we've got to work with. And I've got tweezers, I've got soldering paste, things that we use to go along with this. But mainly I just wanted to bring it so you could, get an idea of what our technology has gone into, and pass this around, and then I'll be available for questions as we go further along. So I'm going to pass this around and turn it back to the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Steve. Does anybody have any questions for Steve on the topics that he spoke about? Yes, Ron?
What is that $3 sound card that replaces the $150 signal link?
It's called a CM, stands for C Media 108. I've been buying them off of eBay. You can buy them, I think, 10 at a time, 20 at a time, and that gets them down under $3. That by itself, you have to solder one little wire and add a transistor and a resistor and remove the speaker jack and mic jack to make a little extra room. They give you audio in, audio out, and press to talk and COR if you need it. But in a nutshell, say you want to set up a WinLink RMS node for WinLink packet, or you want to operate a Vera node. These are the pieces to put it together, and that with a little inexpensive computer. And by the way, you don't have to have a Raspberry Pi. A lot of this, particularly the MMVVM stuff used with a hotspot, the MMVVM host program will run on an x86 or a Pi or a Debian, any number of different x64, x86, or ARM processor. So, but it does mean you have to compile the program. But the point is, you don't have to have a Raspberry Pi. You're not tied to a Pi anymore. You can run a lot of these on other systems. So I know that's more than you asked, but did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Anything else? Yes, Mike?
Might be interesting to some if you video yourself doing that, put it on the YouTube channel, to save you from having to answer 50 different
We're on YouTube now, by the way, Cove Repeater Association, and I'll upload our meeting to YouTube. And go on YouTube, search for Cove Repeater Association, and you can watch our meetings, see who's there and who's talking, and put a face with the name. And I think part of that maybe, some of you guys from Burnett and beyond, where did you hear about us? What are you doing here? We're at Copperas Cove. How did you find out about us? I'll leave that for discussion.
Ron.
Good job, Ron, you're being a good ambassador.
I talk a lot.
I'm sorry, one more
We
question.
didn't pronounce it quite that
Oh,
way.
we had another question.
Yeah, I heard on the air
Turn
the other
around.
day you were mentioning a, small, inexpensive computer that you were getting to use for these things?
Yes. By the way, Pi 4s are available now. Mauser had them for 55 bucks a pop with a 4 gig drive. And I got a couple of extras that I don't need. If anybody needs a Pi 4, I have a couple. But what I have been buying are Dell Wise 3040. They're about 4 inches square. It's an x86 Atom 5 processor. The downside, it has a 7.8 gig drive, which is what led me to buy that 125 gig MFC. So far, I haven't successfully transferred them. I've damaged a few, but I haven't got them working yet. But they're on eBay, 28 bucks single lot, and lots of 20, you can get them under $20. You have to have a wall wart, and it's called a Dell or Wise 3040. They're also available brand new on Amazon for about 150 bucks. But surplus little workstations. That's what I've been using.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Steve, as always. Anybody else got anything to show or tell? Ross? Ross on this side of the table. Ross.
Well, I got something really stupid. First of all, how many of you like to put 9 volts into your brand new 991As into the keyer? Not a lot of you, right? And well, I too got a soldering station for my birthday, and I'm sure you all have seen one of these, an MMJ 557. I think they have a new nomenclature. This is a very old one. And the problem was that sometimes you don't want to take your brand new William M. Nye keyer with you out into the field. So this is a keyer, but you have to attach or not attach the cord with this. And you want to be able to have to take the thing apart and take out the battery if you're using it for training or something. So when I got my soldering station, I said, what can I use to practice with this? And I found a couple of on-off switches and a drill. And so I put a 4-inch hole in here and put the switch in. And as you see right now, you don't hear much noise. But if you want to practice code, just turn the switch on. And then if you want to plug into your radio, it's right there. Matter of fact, yeah, that's the best way to do it. And all it is an on-off switch that takes the battery in and out of the loop. It's not as fancy as what Steve has here. It's very simple electronics. So simple, even a musician can do it. So that is my stupid help.
Good.
Oh, my soldering station.
I'm sure that everybody in here at one time or another either has or will smoke some equipment, okay?
I'll smoke.
Yeah. I don't smoke anymore either. However, it does happen. Just hopefully whatever you do is recoverable or cheap, okay? But if it's expensive and not cheap, or if it's not recoverable and expensive, you're probably not the first one who's made that mistake.
All electronics come with the smoke in it already, it's when you let the smoke out.
That's right. That's when you let the smoke out, that's for sure. So, it is what it is. Thank you for sharing, that's good. Does anybody else have a show or a tell? Anybody else? All right, no more shows or tells, that's good. We'll move right along. Remember, show and tell is for anybody, so if you got something to share, don't forget to bring it in, share it with us, show us, or whatever. We've seen many different things. I think last month, K5CRA brought his smartphone in, was controlling his amateur radio at his house. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I didn't know that Ron was going to bring in his friends from way down south to show everybody. So, good job. That was impressive. So I'm coming in this morning. I turned the radio on as I normally do to identify. And I put it on the 2-meter machine, and I hear 2 call signs, one that's being called and one that's calling. And I listen to that call sign, and I was like, I don't know that call sign, but I want to say good morning because I don't know the call sign. And I know we've had some 2-meter band openings, and I didn't even know if that was on our machine because I didn't hear it identify afterwards. So I put the call out. You know, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the hobby. Welcome to the area where I was at. You know, some of the general stuff. And as I pull up to the stop sign, I look to my left because this vehicle is getting ready to cross in front of me, and somebody's vehicle like this. True story, right?
True story. Absolutely.
We met right here at the intersection. I was like, hey, so we're coming to the club meeting. I was like, see you in a few minutes. Really odd, right? And we were 50 foot away in 2 separate vehicles, or we could have been 25 miles away. But we still had an opportunity to talk. That was pretty cool.
Gary, how was the propagation on that? That was pretty good, huh?
That was pretty good propagation. So, all the way to the repeater and back, yeah. 3 miles, 50 foot. So it was good. All right, one last call. Anybody got anything else to show or tell? All right. I'll send out the meeting minutes from our August 2023 meeting. And so if you don't have time to review it now, hopefully you can review it ahead of time. So I'll entertain the motion to take action on the minutes. Kevin, K4 IVE, second, or made a motion to accept the minutes. WB4J made a second to accept the minutes. Any discussion? All in favor of the meeting minutes from August 2023 as presented via the email, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no, nay. All right, so the meeting minutes were accepted. Okay, so we're going to move into old business, and we had an inventory committee that was made up of KJ5PN, KI5KHX, and KD5KKI. That inventory committee was appointed months ago, and unfortunately, due to the circumstances that were beyond their control, they weren't able to complete the work for close to 4 months. But it wasn't the fact that they weren't willing, they were willing, but we had some consideration. After our last meeting, we were able to go up to the tower site, and they were able to go in and complete the last one of the inventory.
My foot's getting tired. I understand.
So I'll turn it over to Ross on that side of the table to make your inventory presentation.
Batteries for the emergency fuel, not operated, so remove that from the.
So the batteries on the club trailer that are with the solar panel are shot. We found that out at field day, so they were not included. What I would like to do is temporarily table this particular item. I'd like to send this book around the room, let y'all look at it. And then once the book gets back around to me, we'll bring that back up and take action. Is that okay? Okay, so with y'all's permission, I'm going to table the item, send this around so y'all can look at it, and we'll take action. All right. So that'll take us into Solar Eclipse 2024. We talked about it a little bit in the last couple of meetings. Hey, y'all, there's a solar eclipse coming next year. April the 8th. Be there or don't be there, but it's going to get dark, right? Especially if you're anywhere in the belt. And pretty much anybody in this room, I think, is going to be in the belt or just near enough that they will experience it. So I have gone for work to many meetings, and they're not going to reschedule the eclipse. It's going to happen. we talked about it, and the unknown is what's really out there bugging us. We don't know what's going to happen. You know, we're told 50,000 people are going to come to this community. Who knows? I don't know. But the one thing that I had gleaned from a previous meeting that I had shared with any entity that I have done solar eclipse
every month since I've been
was that the amateur radio community was interested in supporting it. We know we're going to have communication problems, but we were interested in supporting it from the aspect of information. We would man, we would man our radios, we would advertise frequencies, so that guests that come to our community with radio operators could be able to ask questions. We would have it pre-scripted. Here's all the activities. Somebody can call on the radio and ask where the such and such event was taking place. Now I'm talking centric to Copperas Cove is what I'm saying. Beyond that, we may have to have another discussion, but centric to Copperas Cove, you can tell them, yeah, that event is at a city park. Well, how do I get there? To the left, to the right, go 3 blocks, whatever. When I shared that thought process with the folks that make those decisions and get excited about it, they got excited about it. So I'm going to continue to kind of plug this, that around the time of the eclipse, we would be looking for individuals who would have pre-scripted information that they would volunteer to be on a repeater for a period of time, an hour, maybe 3, maybe 4. You sign up for as many hours as you want. And you would be the individual who, when somebody said, hey, does anybody know where the such and such is? You would be that designated individual for that block of time you signed up for to respond and let them know, hey, that's here, that's over there, no, you can go over here to get whatever. I'm still interested in us doing that. But I gotta have everybody's commitment, or at least enough people's commitment, that we're gonna be on the air to be able to do it. So knowing that they're interested, knowing that we've kind of talked about it, is this something that we really want to push on? Do we have enough interest in here that you might be willing to be on the radio on your HT sitting at your house, with a piece of paper and be able to respond? We have enough people in here that we think we might be able to support that endeavor. Question, go ahead.
What period of time? Day before, 2 days, a week?
So the eclipse is on Monday. I'm thinking Friday all the way to Monday that we would have some sort of presence. This is 100% volunteer. So if nobody signs up, we don't do it. That's okay. But yeah, I'm thinking 3 to 4 days that we would have that availability to provide that info.
24 hours?
I don't think 24 hours. I don't think we need to do it for 24 hours. Probably just the daylight hours. Probably just the daylight hours. Yes, sir.
Except for the 5 minutes of the
It's going to be strictly over the air.
Yes.
Okay. Is the city or whatever, or the county, setting up any information booths or anything like that?
The city and the county are not. However, the Chamber of Commerce will.
The reason I ask that is because if they do set up something like that, maybe we could have a base station there or something, even with an HT, that might be able to get information to people that walk up and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just what I ask.
So all I'm looking for is whether or not we would want to commit to doing it over the air through one of our repeaters, probably the 2-meter machine. Just, yeah, I'll take 3 hours from here to here. You're the guy for 3 hours. Then after that, you're done.
What about overlap with other counties on the same machine?
Well, there will probably be some overlap, but that's why my vision is that we would use our 2-meter machine. It's not linked, and it's only 30, 40 miles. And as far as I'm concerned, there is a repeater in most every city around. So if the local group wants to do it in their community, they should have a local repeater that they can use, and that we would stay off the link system.
You know that Ken Winland's repeater, 2-meters now, does not offer
Over the link? No, I didn't know that.
So the only repeater reachable in most parts of Killeen is K5CRA.
Wasn't aware of that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
And one thing that will happen is a lot of the newer radios have scanning capabilities on them. So they will automatically scan the local or the frequency. And if somebody keys up, then it's going to give them what that frequency is and the tone, and all they do is push a button, and that's programmed into the radio to talk. So we may say we want to use only the VHF, but they may also be on the link UHF. So, and the most glaring question that I think these people will have is, where's the nearest hospital? Where's the nearest emergency room? Where can I get meds? Because you're going to have accidents and everything else, and they're going to want to know these things. That's all I
Completely agree. And that was my vision on us using the 2 meter machine. The link system, it covers too much area for us to try to make a local thing. And so that's why my recommendation is that we would use that. While there may be people on the link network that ask questions, that's cool. You got 2 radios, you want to do it, that's fine. But my vision is we would target our 2 meter machine, and in the media, the advertisements, the information that's going out, we would put a blurb in there. Talk-in frequency for Copperas Cove activities is, and put our 2 meter machine. It's kind of my vision. But we're not doing it unless we want it, unless we agree to do it. If we don't agree to do it, then that's just going to go to the side. So I believe Mike had his hands up first, and then Rick. So Mike, go ahead.
As a possible alternative to, or maybe even addition to, we could do a schedule net, like 10, 2, and 4, or something like that. You know, spread the word with the ham community. Whoever is going to be doing that could liaise with the Chamber of Commerce or whatever if there's any updates that they would like to put out.
Okay.
You know, we could do that, or make a missing kid, message or something like that.
Absolutely,
So,
it's a good idea.
and once the ham community that's here visiting, learns what that is, and they can just check in 10, 2, and 4 if they just want regular information,
Okay.
not like emergency info.
Or top of the hour,
Whatever.
maybe top of the hour during daylight or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good thought. Rick,
Follow on to what
Myron?
was saying about the automatic finding of the frequencies and all that. All well and good if you have one of those radios. Not every ham's going to have something like that. So my question is how, I know in the repeater book is they have the our frequency. I know that various websites and all that you can go to will have our frequency. If you ever try to use something like that on the road, you quickly find out that unless you have somebody else in the vehicle that can do that for you, it's not wise to be trying to find the frequency of a local machine. I know when we drive somewhere, I'm always interested in trying to find the big frequencies again programmed prior to the trip. Hasn't really worked out too well. But anyway, my point is there any way, any thought that we can get our frequency published, or when, like say on the main coming into town or something like that, they've got these electronic signs, we've got the money, we're only talking a day or two for advertisements, so to speak, considered advertisement, and have something like that flash up on a sign on the highway. Hey, if you're a ham radio operator, you're coming into Copperas Cove area, tune in here.
So, getting electronic sign, I don't know, but that does raise a good question. We could get like one thing we could do, probably really easy, is get those yard sales type signs that are illegal to put in the right of way and this, that, and the other, to give you 10 days to remove them or whatever. We could probably buy a few of those and stick them in the ground as you're entering in town. Talk in 145, 230, 88.5. If you know, right? If you're coming to town, you're going to look that up anyhow before you come.
I would think so, but like I say, Not everybody's gonna
Look
think
it
about
up.
that.
If you're too lazy to do that, so what?
Well, I mean, we're trying to provide as much. Besides that, it's good advertisement for ham radio.
It's very good advertising. We're gonna go here, here, and here, okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the things that we might want to look into, this AARL, putting it on their, weekly, announcements. And that might be another avenue to get things out about this area.
And the big deal is, I'm good with all of us putting it out in whichever way we can. Question is, are we gonna have enough of us that will sign up to take a block of time to be the person? Mary?
Okay, so I'm one of those that's willing, you know me, I get on the.
I've got one.
I'll participate, sure.
But do we have some resources, maybe with the city, the commerce, you know?
Chamber of Commerce?
Chamber of Commerce, I'm sorry, I couldn't spit it out.
No
Chamber
worries.
of Commerce to give us some of the things that we need to know, because as long as I've lived here, I mean, I've been here as of this weekend 9 years.
Yes.
But I wish I knew Cove better than I do.
Yes.
Because I have my little ways that I go, and then I don't divert too much from that. But yes, we need to be able to find, you know, I know where the hospitals are, and we need to think about whether or not we have an operator over at the hospital in Gatesville too, because they're going to come in from everywhere. But I just need some resources because I just don't know town as well as I should.
You're fine.
And do we have somebody who's an amateur radio with the police department?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
We do?
we do. Yeah, we have an EOC there, and we have designated operators for that.
Okay.
But yes, whoever participates would receive a packet of information to be able to refer to. I would digitize that so you can email it to everybody, and that way you can look at it. And I would tell everybody, we're going to email it to you a week ahead of time. Download it to your computer because internet is going to go haywire.
Yeah, and your phone is not going to work too well either.
Precisely. So, all right, Pam.
I would say we should also have people monitoring 5.2 on 2 meters.
Yes.
And the other frequency for the call on 440. People might not say, well, hey, I don't know what the repeater is, and have people have sections monitoring those two, so that way they say, I can call in, I know I can call in on 5.2.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I believe that we would do is that we would establish that we need to have some folks that would be monitoring 5.2 in a lot of different places so that we can be privy to that. Our big deal is I'm looking at us doing this as a service to our community to help other radio operators, because imagine you going to another community for this. Wouldn't it be nice to know that you could hit the button and somebody there who knew the area would be able to say, oh yeah, go down here and take a left. It's right on the corner. It would be nice. And even if you don't know the community well, that's okay. We can provide enough info that we'd be able to, you would be able to perform the service and you would be able to do well. Yes, sir.
Would Colleen have the permission to use the K5CRA repeater in Colleen?
Yeah.
For that, whether it's linked or not?
They could, but again,
Who would it have to come from?
our repeaters are free for the use. So, yeah, our repeaters are free for the use. I'm just talking about having an active net on the 2-meter machine. Yes, sir.
The only thing that hasn't been mentioned, we talked about ham radio, but there's local radio stations. They could announce where to go to. It's free, probably advertised. You can go on your car radio and tune it in if you know where to go.
It's true. Very, very true. Ross.
I hate to make suggestions like this. What if we contacted clubs that were in the half the last time to see what problems were encountered in South Carolina or Missouri or Tennessee for the last? You pick out some city about the same size as this area and contact them to see what problems they have associated with it.
That's a great idea.
I did that.
You did that.
I contacted 7 section managers, all down the path, Morgan on down. Nope, got no response from them.
That sucks. I was there. And I saw
Wow.
that.
There was a place in Ohio during the 2017 that had some problems with both internet and cell phone, but it was minor. And it was covered under a full system. So, but it's out there on the YouTube as well.
All right, anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Gary, I was gonna say, because of the RVs and stuff coming into City Park and Ogletree, I would imagine that part of those RVers are going to be ham operators. We could maybe call upon them to pass word once they get settled, and they would probably help us out guiding people in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir.
React operators are still available. They can be helpful too.
I think it's a great idea. All right. Anybody else, anything else on that? All right. Where is the inventory book? It's over there. All right, no problem. I don't want to forget that. That's action we're going to take today. All right, let's move on to new business. The Tailgate Swap Fest the date has been moved to 9/23. We had a conflict in scheduling.
Sorry.
So, our Tailgate Swap Fest is on 9/23. Same place at the city park that it's been at, and where we've had up there in the northeast corner. So, if you haven't been to the Tailgate Swap Fest, if you'd like to come.
What is it?
9/23.
No, what is it?
Well, what is
We're
it?
brand new, sir.
Sorry, I
You're
thought you
speaking
said
another language.
Kind of like a ham radio flea market.
Okay.
Buy, sell, trade. Only ham radio stuff should be brought in. We don't want any Tupperware, unless the Tupperware holds ham radio parts. But basically, it's an opportunity for us to bring stuff out, back up to this. We've got a little cover out there. You can drink coffee. You don't got to bring anything to buy or sell. You can just come out there and look around. We'll share information. If anybody's got anything to sell, trade, give away, or otherwise, they bring it out there, flip their tailgate down, and set it on there. Or they can bring a table if you don't have a tailgate. But that's what Bud does. Bud doesn't have a tailgate, but he brings a table and he sets his stuff in. So everybody's welcome. 7:30 to 11 is the published time. 7:30 to 11. Turn into the city park. The location address is 1204 West Avenue B. 1204 West Avenue B. It's over here in Big City Park. Turn into the big rock entrance. Just keep turning to the right. When given an opportunity to go left or right, just keep turning to the right. And you will get there, okay? You will get there. Not a big sign or anything, but it's all the way in the back. And when you're like, man, I'm at the end of the park. I can't go any more rights. You're there, okay? So, you're there. All right, but
If you go right, you can walk the park.
that's right. If you keep going right and the gate's open, you can go right back out the back of the park. So, 9:23. All right, Bud, you brought up Joda and kind of to spark interest to see if our club might be interested in any of that. Would you like to talk a little
I
bit more?
heard Myron talking about Joda. Are they doing it?
Myron, is somebody doing Joda in the area?
Not Joda.
Okay.
Today.
So he was talking.
I just got the local scout leader. I got his name and address yesterday, so I'll be contacting him to see if anybody's doing it. If nobody's doing it, there's no sense in getting together. It is October 14th. I've already got previous plans for that day. So somebody else will have to pick it up and visit a scout meeting or whatever they're doing, Joe.
So, Joda, J-O-T-A, Jamboree on the Air, is a Boy Scout-centric event where it gives the opportunity for local amateur radio operators to help Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, the scouting community get on the air and talk to other groups. They get a merit badge for us. And if you have an interest in being a part of that, bringing out a portable station, setting it up. You don't have to have a huge antenna array or anything like that. But if you're interested in either bringing this equipment out and setting it up, being there to be supportive, if you will contact Bud and let him know that he can put you all together. Bud will not be there, but Bud can tell the scout leader, yes, we've got 5 people interested and they will be at the blank location, and they'll bring the radio out there and y'all can communicate. Yes, sir.
What day is it?
October 14th.
The partial eclipse?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it, I thought it was the 21st and 22nd of October. We're not going for that. No. So October 14th, partial eclipse will not impact us here. We're too far out of the band. You got to go farther down south, maybe around Marble Falls or Horseshoe Bay or something like that. You might start seeing it down that way, the Johnson City, but not up here. But if anybody has a yearning interest to be a part of the JODA event, to be able to help the scouts out, contact Bud, and Bud can put you all together to go forth and do something. I'll be out of town. He's going to be out of town. Don't stop by my house on the 14th of October, okay? I got cameras all around the house. I learned a long time ago, don't tell nobody when you're going out of town, because then they won't know to come by and pick up your TV, right? But I do sometimes tell people, hey, I'm going to be out of town. So, speaking of televisions, there was a nice couple here in town just recently who their flat screen TV broke. So they went to the store and they bought another flat screen TV same size. They take the old one down, they put it in a box, they seal it up, and they leave it on their front porch. Porch pirate stopped by in the middle of the night, picked up an old TV and carried it off. You didn't have to worry about how to get rid of it.
Free recycling. Maybe do the same thing with garbage.
There you go. So, they had a picture, they had it on, they had like their little cameras, their security cameras caught them carrying. Like, there goes our old TV, yay! Porch pirate 0, informed citizen 1. There you go. All right, anything else on JODA?
Yes.
I like to do some of that, nobody will take it.
I stand corrected. That last year was the 14th. This year is the 20th to the 22nd.
20th through the 22nd for JODA, okay? So if you're available October 20th to the 22nd, somewhere around there and want to participate, that's where we need to do it. Just contact Bud, we can put you all together. All right, anything else before I move on? Members not present, sick, affirmed, or other. Chief?
I only seen 2 people that I normally would see. One would be Joe, K5CRA. I know he's healed. I know he's driving some. I don't see him here today.
Okay.
But he may be out of town, not knowing. He does a lot of things. The other one's W5RLM Gray out of Oval City. And he's got back problems, but he's been going to work. So he is back to work, but I think he has limitations on what he can do. But don't see him here.
I talked to Ray on the radio the other day, and he's looking for somebody to help him dig a hole in his backyard to put up a towel. Needs the soil to be a little bit moistened up before the dig well. So when the soil gets moistened up, if you want to help Ray dig a hole, give him a shout. He's up there in Oakland.
Well, have him buy a keg of beer and then invite everybody over there. That'll moisten it up.
For every 10 shovelfuls, you get a cup of beer.
Well, no, you drink the beer. The beer goes through.
Oh, gotcha.
You moisten it.
No problem making the ground wet.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so speaking of moisture, woo, we got a little rain here, right? That was really nice. I was waiting for people to call and say, hey, we got some rain. I got a pile of trash. Can I go ahead and burn it?
They were doing that.
I was waiting on it.
They were doing it.
Maggie's held off burning on us. Nice soaking rain. I wish we had more of it.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. All right, volunteer examiner, sir. Volunteer examiner.
We had 4 tests, 1 for extra, 3 for general, all of them passed. Everybody did well. Stand up, you know, go ahead and stand up.
If you tested today and did an upgrade, stand up so we can please recognize you. Good job on the hard work. Don't forget that when you go on, if you happen to go on to your new frequency allocation that you've gotten, don't forget to append your call sign with / Alpha Golf or Alpha Extra, okay? HE or AE, if you end up going on those new frequencies until your new call signs probably. But congratulations. All right, anything else on volunteer examiner before we move forward? So, quick.
For the group that's interested maybe in testing later on, just go to ARRL and look for jam session. And one of them is mine, or there's others available, but I have my email there.
I sent you email.
Oh, you already have? Well, you didn't say for sure you were testing.
The first one said I was. I never heard back, and then the second one, yeah, next month.
But if you are going to test, I need to know, there's only about 5 chairs in there back.
Okay.
Okay.
We are.
And if you're gonna test, I'll send you information on what you need to do and what you need to bring with you to make it easier for you and me both.
I'll send you another one today.
Good deal. Steve, did you have something, sir?
Yes, sir. Bill Feltenberger out of Waco, KD5UEW, will soon be hosting preparation for technician test training to get you ready. You can get his information off of the 3 o'clock net. He's a regular on that net, so if you're listening. And I thought I would mention also, some of you guys that are not licensed, but you listen to the 3 o'clock net and you'd like to be heard, but you're not licensed, you can't get on the air, you can get on NetLogger. It's a free program. You download it, you install it, and you sign up. Your call sign is SWL, as in shortwave listener. You see the net, you monitor the net control sees you, SWL Pete, SWL Joe, and there's an almost instant messenger window. Hey, I'd like to know a little bit about this, or what about that? SWL Pete would like to know how to set up his ICOM 2820. You do have a voice indirectly, and you're encouraged and welcome. So I know several people have been availing themselves to that. Maybe didn't know you could do it. Again, the program is NetLogger. We use it as a way of logging into the 3 o'clock net. It's free, so jump on in and join us. We'd love to have you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Clarify, when you get NetLogger on there, what you're going to do for our net is you start the program just by hitting the icon, and then it'll say select a net. You push, there's 5 blue buttons. First one says select net, go select net, pick 5 Hills 325 net, near the time of the net. If it's active, it'll be listed. Push that and go down to the bottom and say monitor net. Once you do that, you're automatically up on a screen that the logger will log you in. But we'll know that you can't talk because of SWL. But we'll know you're there, and then you just go to the AIM or monitor, well, the AIM window, AIM, it's another blue button. When you load that up, at the bottom, any questions you have, all you do is type the question, automatically SWL-P or whatever will show up with that message. You don't have to put your SWL.P, it will show up and we know what. It's pretty easy to use.
Good deal. Okay. Anybody got anything? Well, listen, the inventory book is here, so we will do that before we're done today, so don't leave. For the good of all, anybody that's got an announcement or something, we'll start with Myron.
Is there, Ham Expo's the 7th, so club meeting?
Club meeting by our adopted calendar will be the following weekend. So, thank you for bringing that up. Our next meeting, which is normally the first Saturday in October, is not the first Saturday. It will be the second Saturday in October, the 14th. Okay? Because the Beltonham Expo will be on the first Saturday, which will be the 7th, right? Is that what it is, the 7th?
Yeah.
Or the first.
So yeah, Beltonham Expo is on the 7th. Yes, sir.
If you have a fast car, the Lampasas Club meets that second Saturday, but they don't meet until 10, so you can eat here and then go there.
That is true. So the 14th of October will be our club meeting. And if you want to leave and go to the Lampasas Club meeting thereafter, as a whole group, they will probably be surprised. We're all here for your meeting. Y'all might have to sit in each other's laps or something, because their room's not real huge. But I'm sure it would surprise them to have some guests show up. Yes, sir.
The room is large. They use a big room in the back.
Oh, okay. Last time I was there, they had a room about the size of that.
Yeah, I know, but it's bigger.
One more.
Steve.
One last thing. September the 10th, the Hot Art Club will be providing watching and rest stations for the Waco 100 race, bicycle race. If you're interested, if you'd like to get a little experience helping with a bicycle race, they do some GPS tracking. They have some aid stations. Get a hold of hotarc.org on your website. They'd love to have you. You don't have to be a member of their club. You can still show up. They'll put you to work, and it'll give you some hands-on. You can meet your fellow hands that we talked to on the 3 o'clock net. They can meet you, and it helps build the whole community. So just like our Burnett and our Georgetown and all, we're all getting together here. Likewise, the Waco guys would love to see you, love to have you participate. It doesn't mean join their club, but it does give you an opportunity to network a little bit. And that's what we're about. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
This is not about that. You have on the inventory here, the solar controller is not operational.
Solar controller is not operational?
No, it's bad.
The solar controller on the trailer is bad. All right. All right, Gino.
I got a question about the eclipse.
Okay, ask.
You're looking for volunteers. My main concern is, who knows what I'm gonna be doing by the time that day comes up. I hate to obligate myself.
You don't have to obligate yourself right now, but if you think that you might be available to be a radio operator on one of those days, all I'm looking for is, do we have enough interest? So when we have our next club meeting, we're going to want people to raise their hand to show if they have enough interest. And if enough hands goes up, I'm going to commit us. If it doesn't look like we have enough interest, then I'm not going to commit us. I don't want to say we're going to do it and then there's crickets. So this is something you can do from the comfort of your own home if you can reach the 2-meter machine.
Okay. Who knows what we're doing by then? I might be back over the road for all I know.
You might be.
Myron and I attended the library in Harker Heights last year, I think around October, when they give candy away up by the buckets for kids that day. I know Dr. Scott sits up there, and it might be an opportunity, once we find a date, and get a spot for a couple of operators to go out there. The city and the library supply the candy. I mean, we give you tons of candy. And you just track the kids if you have a sign and a trailer out there. Probably can work that out. And Myron, it is worth it, isn't it?
It's going to be on the 14th, the same day as the book. And we all have a discussion on that.
Look at something, because there was something else I knew I wanted to talk about, and I don't see it on here.
I'll jump in.
Go ahead.
If you haven't signed up for Code Red, I've got some more sheets here. Come see me after the meeting, I'll give you one. Just go online and sign up with Code Red. It's an emergency notification system. It's free. Just got to sign up, and you can go to your cell phone, your home phone, and your email.
I'm afraid that I may have fallen victim to the close the email program before it's sent problem. So when I open my email back up, y'all are probably going to get the updated agenda. Because I was like, I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. I sent it out in the proposed, but I didn't send the final. I sent the final agenda last night, but I think I closed the program for it. I want to buy a recorder device I sent that in that proposed email. I want to buy a recorder. It's hard for us to hear in here sometimes, and we need to have accurate minutes. I'd like to buy it as a club purchase. The club owns it. Lord knows we got plenty of money. Okay, we got plenty of money. I'd like to buy that and make that be a part of the secretary's packet, so that when the secretary comes in, they can set the recorder up, they can hit play, and that way when they don't hear everything, they can play it back later to give us good minutes. Rick first, then Mary.
Okay, I'm going to stand up for this one here.
Please.
When Pam was secretary, we used one. We have two of them at the house. In this room here, they don't work. Too much noise. If you're out, if we have the microphone up towards you, we can get you. Myron, if he says something, all you hear is noise. And I'm sorry, I mean, Pam and I sat for hours trying to decode what was being said. So, with that being said, if there's going to be that way, you're going to have, I don't know how, you're going to have somebody to be able to walk around to get up close to the person to be able to talk. So, I mean, at this point here, there's going to need to be some technology in here. It's not a simple recorder, because the normal ones you get that either are dedicated recorders, like the little small things, the digital, whatever, the little $50 ones or whatever. They won't work. They'll work elsewhere, but they won't work in this room here. Maybe the smartphone won't do it. My smartphone won't work here. We tried that too.
Thank you for that feedback. Go ahead, Mary.
With that being said, because I'm always here in the back, and it's hard for me to hear, what's going on. You guys are chuckling over a joke I never got to hear. But we talked about a PA. I don't know if PA is the right word, but some kind of device that would send that voice over to to us in the back. If we had that in conjunction with a recorder, that might alleviate some of the problems that the wolves have. So I was ready to move that we go ahead and purchase that auditorium so we can get a speaker, so those of us in the back at the school kids table can hear what's going on.
That is Doug, the little kids table. Ross is next.
You guys are like family to me, so I don't want anyone to take this personally. But being a secretary sitting here, we have grown from 8 to 10 members, I guess, over the years, where we can all sit and talk a little bit, because we miss each other, and we come from the far parts of the world, right? Samaria, Judea, and everywhere else, right? But when we've grown this big, and we try to whisper loud enough to get across the person's that's what causes the problem. And I'm saying this simply because I'm trying to take notes. And it's hard to do it, but the only way you're going to be able to do it with resounding walls, I've taken courses in residence, believe me. These will work for my band drum in Palo Alto Middle School. So it's so echoey in here. I can hear him talking. I hear two people talking with their necks grin along with some clatter of dishes. And I have fans all around me. And a little cut. Hey, I'm 75. I'm 75. So it's harder. You get old, you can't miss it. So unless one of you 20-year-olds want to step up here, that's fine with me, but I don't mind doing the job, but if I could just have a little slack, please, I would really appreciate it, just for an hour. Thank you.
No problem. So several hands have gone up. I'm going to go with Mike, Myron, Chief, John. Okay, Mike Snavely, you're up.
I've done some work with small groups in schools doing Good News Club.
we bought a set of a speaker with 2 Bluetooth microphones that would sync to it. One would be, for example, in your hand and direct who gets the other one. That way he'd be able to hear everything that's dynamic in the meeting. We bought it and donated it to the school. We would buy one and donate it to our group if you all would like that.
So I sent an
It's
email
not very
out.
expensive.
I sent an email out asking that if somebody had a proposal for a PA, share that with me. Now, for those of y'all who didn't see, Jackie brought a PA out. They've got one here. That's going to carry us. We probably need to look at something like what you got. If you want to share it with the club, we've got money. We're going to buy it. And we're going to buy something. So share whatever you may have. Sound good?
All right.
We'll make a decision as a group what to buy. But we'll use theirs in the meantime.
All right.
Myron is next.
As some of you know, I've done line dancing for years. My wife teaches it. We use a small PA system. I'll bring it to the September swap meet.
Okay.
And uses 2 Bluetooth microphones. And it's only a little box like this. Runs off batteries, over 110. And it works fantastic. It would work for a room 3 times the size of this.
Okay, that'd be a good one to look at. We're going to Chief and then to John. Chief.
You're talking about taping it, recording it. Every meeting I've been to, Gary's always come out and discussed everything and repeated basically everything. If the recorder and mic is on him and he's saying, do I have a motion, do I have this, and it's being recorded right there, and then he gives the recording after each meeting to him, he'll have a good, clear recording without interference of everybody around. It would be easier in some way to do that if you're going to have a recording. Just a recording, open sound may be different, is what I think.
And I will tag, and I will get to you. I will tag into what she said. I do repeat for that purpose. We buy a recorder. I will continue to repeat for that purpose so that from the lessons that y'all learned, I learned too. That's why I continue to try to repeat.
Well, with the PA, what you were just talking about, don't interrupt, with the recorders being by the PA, that'll take
it may solve the problem, but we do need both.
Yes.
John was next.
John, I spent about half my life in professional audio. Did this for many years. 2 things. The room has a problem with ambient noise. That thing, if that was off, everyone would hear just fine.
Yeah.
Secondly, we will never fix an acoustical problem with an electronic device. And this room is too small for a PA before you hear anything before feedback. So once you start turning it up, my suspicion is you're going to get feedback before the system's even usable.
I didn't know there.
Just thought I'd throw that out.
I do know for a fact, because I have been to the Lions Club meeting that they've had here, and also the Exchange Club. The Exchange Club, for years, had a speaker back there.
Yep.
And I've been here when they've used it, and it was perfect. So that's why I appealed to all of you to give me some suggestions that we can look at that might be small, might be Bluetooth, this, that, and other, so we can all decide together. I will not make the decision myself. We will decide together. But over the next few months, we need to think about this so we can buy ourselves that. You're next.
John brought up a good point. I didn't know he was an audio guy, but anyway, a stand for the speaker might be a good idea. I mean, how else are you going to do it? You can hold it. You can hold it.
A podium.
Yes. A stand.
Let's talk.
Yes, you can hold it. A stand, yes.
And Bluetooth, you know, as long as we're not picking up B-band or we're getting ready to do a firing mission, yeah, we should be okay.
All right. Did I miss anybody who put their hand in? Yes.
You didn't miss me, I just now put this one up. For sound reinforcement, one of the things that I have noticed that in a room like this, multiple speakers at low volume is better than 1 or 2 speakers at high volume. When you got a room with a loud background noise, you start using the microphone, sometimes all you do is raise the noise level. So multiple speakers at low volume would be a good thing to look at.
Absolutely. 200 watts. There, one of the benefits that we have by meeting here is you get to eat and meet.
Yeah.
If we go to a place that's bigger, we're going to have no eat. And I think that the population would go down. Because I got to eat before the meet, you know what I mean? Yes, sir.
I heard half of what he said.
You heard half of what he said.
He's on the
You heard half
diet.
of what you said.
Between here and there.
Yes.
So whatever is being picked up to be amplified needs to be extremely directional. Maybe something like an improved coach grade reflection.
There you go. All right. So we'll work on that together. But what I would like to do is, okay, so from our just a second here. From our adopted financial report last month, we got like $9,200 in the bank. Okay? So we got money. I want to buy a recorder. So I'm just going to flat out ask, I want to buy a good recorder. I want to entrust it to the secretary to bring to the meeting every day. And it's going to have a case. I'd like to spend $200 to do that. So, Devin?
I make a move until we buy the recorder.
Second. Whoa, wait. Okay, I'll, for how much?
300.
Whatever you specify.
I'd make it 500 at least.
Okay, so K5CRA makes a motion that we buy a recorder for the amount I specified, which was $200. A whole lot of y'all went with your seconds. I'm going to pick the one I saw the first, which is W5RCU, seconded that motion. Discussion? I will buy it. We have a debit card. I will buy it on Amazon. And I'll bring the receipt so y'all see what we got. All in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody that doesn't want to say nay. We will buy a recorder. All right, there you go. We'll work on a PA system. Yes, sir.
Get a wireless mic and ask Rebecca to run around the room.
There you go. Okay. The inventory book has made it back up here. The only thing that was pointed out was that the solar controller is toast. So with approval, I will remove the solar controller out of the book. But otherwise, I will take action. Steve, raise your hand. Go ahead.
The Colleen repeater and the Temple repeater?
Have not been evaluated. But they are ours, right? The Colleen and Temple repeaters are ours. While we haven't gone and looked at them, they belong to us. Right? Okay. So, Mike?
I saw what I believe were the radios for the club box, but it doesn't show the club box.
They're in the box.
As a unit, but it doesn't specify that as a, I mean, it doesn't inventory the box as a unit.
It doesn't show the box itself as the inventory. I believe that the photo itself should stand for itself. And we previously purchased it. Would that be, I mean, we previously purchased it with our Amazon bills and stuff. Would that be okay? Would you
Doesn't really matter to me. I'm just pointing out that it's not listed in the inventory.
Yeah, the box itself is not listed. However, the photograph does depict it. So.
Oh, he needs a header that says club radio box, and then you list the radios underneath it.
Okay.
It would be accurate. But I mean, I don't know.
Yes, sir?
There's a radio, there's a picture there of the radio with the GE logo on the back. I did not see a GE radio listed in the inventory.
So, there goes your fire truck. There goes my guy.
Leave it without you.
Yo.
Oh, I'm coming, I'm turning around, I'm so sorry.
I do not see the GE radio listed, but let me give you a little history on it. While it is ours, it was donated. The grand total value of that radio, that Phoenix radio, is $5. Are we worried about $5 on this inventory sheet? It was donated to us, so if y'all are okay with it, we'll just catch it next time. All right, do I hear anybody who would like to make a motion or take action on this?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Look at the front page.
The front page. Nice. One of our members has not signed it. One of the inventory members, so I should probably table it until next month. Yeah, you pointed it out.
I'll approve it as long as you get it signed.
Well, we can make it contingency if you want to make a motion that's contingent.
Just curious.
I move that we accept as discussed, pending the final signature.
Okay, so AI5DA makes the motion that we accept the inventory report as provided in this book, contingent upon Scott Clark's signature. When Scott Clark signs it, it then becomes codified. That's the motion. Did I state it correctly?
Yeah, that sounds about what he said.
Okay, do I have a second?
I said,
Pam, AI5DL, seconds the motion. Any further discussion about this inventory?
Do we need to replace that controller?
Probably, but we can do that in the future. The batteries are toasted, so. Okay, and to tie in with this, we're going to subtract the solar controller out of here because it's distracting. Mike's neighbor.
With the old solar controller, we want to try and repair it. I'm a component level technician.
I tell you, I've done component level stuff for I don't know how many years. Anyway, what is it's sealed? It's all epoxy and everything, and it's cheaper just to buy another one.
Yeah, we're talking, it's probably $100 controller.
If even that.
If even that.
I've gotten 15 amp controllers for like about $10. So
we've got the money.
Well, I was willing to offer.
Okay. Any other discussion on the inventory? Hearing none, all in favor of accepting the inventory contingent upon Scott Clark signing it, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed, say nay. Motion carries. That is done. All right, that leaves us down to the drawing.
Okay.
How many do
We
you
got
have?
3, one there. We'll do the.
We have a fourth one right here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So don't throw your tickets away. Yes, sir.
I have a comment.
Yeah. Yeah, stand by more.
I'm Ron Caddy, K5CRA Cove, and because I'm retired, I get to do a lot of traveling. Sometimes they just refer to me as being nomadic or saddle travel. But either way, I get to go to a lot of ham club meetings in different places. And by and large, y'all have the most cooperative, helpful club that I have ever seen. So hats off to all of y'all. Thank you for making us welcome, and I'll do a really good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the positive feedback. So,
all right, we'll do the book first then, if you don't mind.
All right, so this is the first prize drawing that's going to be done. Is this ARRL Hints and Kinks for the Radio Amateur book, valued at $22.95. So,
okay, this is for the book. Last 3 are 073.
073.
Okay.
Mike got it?
Mike got it.
Pass that to Mike.
All right.
There you go.
Garcia's.
They're not.
And for those who don't know, our door prize drawings go to our budget. So if we need to buy a recorder, buy a repeater, that's where this money goes.
Next one.
440.
440.
What's wrong?
440.
440. Right. You got it?
There you go. All right. And be rest assured, if you leave your door prize behind at the meeting, and I pick it up and take it home, I'll forget to bring it back to the meeting. Isn't that right, Kevin?
007.
007.
Bond.
Right here.
All right. 007, James Bond.
Okay, last one is for the snowman prize.
The snowman prize. Don't throw your tickets away.
Concentrate now. 07.
030.
030.
All right, Tim. All right. So again, thank you for the door cross drawings. By the way, what y'all win? Somebody want a book? What'd you get? Fan. Got a fan. Got another fan. All right. And Tim.
And this concludes another edition.
Tim got a clock.